morning, fourth grade teachers. We say welcome back to the brand new fourth grade teachers. We say welcome. We're super glad that you're here. Fourth grade is an amazing year, and we want to make sure that your year is super successful. We've had a lot of conversations with teachers about science instruction and how to make science instruction something that they can feel comfortable doing. So we're going to use this video to talk about how to simplify your science instruction. So when we start talking about science in fourth grade, it's really just three things. The first thing is know your standards. If you're a fourth grade teacher, you should know what the fourth graders are supposed to know when they leave. And in order to do that, you have to become familiar with the next generation science standards. The next generation science standards, or NGSS, are three-dimensional. And what that means is that the standards have moved away from just being fact-focused, and now the focus is really on what do you do with that information, how do we think about the world around us like a scientist. Those three dimensions are the science and engineering practices, the disciplinary core ideas, and the cross-cutting concepts. When you think about the science and engineering practices and the cross-cutting concepts, it's really tempting to just think of that those are something extra that we do. But actually, teaching those skills is the science curriculum. When we're thinking about the general topics that are associated with NGSS, they're in three basic categories in fourth grade. The first one is Earth systems. And by Earth systems, we're mostly talking about fast and slow changes in the Earth. The second one is plants and animal systems. So when we're thinking about plants and animal systems, we're thinking about things like sight, the digestive system, and the last one is energy. And energy, we're talking about kinetic energy, we're talking about light energy, we're just talking about energy in all of its different forms. In order to help you with those three topics, we really want to encourage you to use a resource that you have called Mystery Science. Mystery Science is an online tool that allows you to be guided through a series of labs. And those series of labs lead to better understanding of specific phenomena. And that is really teaching science in an NGSS way. If you have questions about Mystery Science, then we encourage you to reach out to your site level administrator or also to your projects clerk. And you can always reach out to us at the district office. We're here to help. Mystery Science is great because what it provides is it provides a list of supplies that you're going to need for the science classes. It guides you through the labs. It asks specifically to pause at certain points and have conversations. And it really helps you with basically all of the tools that you're going to need in order to have a comprehensive science program. The last thing that we're going to make sure that you have at your disposal in the fourth grade is the Common Lab. A Common Lab is exactly what it sounds like. It is a laboratory, hands-on activity that we provide as a district, and the goal is to make sure that every fourth grader has the same science experience during this one lab. The fourth grade Common Lab is called Secret Agent Man, and Secret Agent Man is all about transferring information using light. There's a misconception that when we say to transfer information using light, that we are somehow using flashlights in order to do that. That's not actually what we're asking students to do. You can also think about this task as asking students to transfer information without using sound. So anything that a person can see, you can only see because of light reflecting into your eye, even if the surface is not reflective like a mirror. When we're thinking about the context for this topic, the context for this topic comes from social studies. So the idea is that you've got two separate California Native American tribes, and they're trying to communicate with each other through a gorge. And in order to do that, they're using light. One of the most important things to remember is don't let your students, and this is true for teachers also, don't get caught up on the code. Really, the task is about transferring information. So what the code specifically isn't as important as recognizing that in order to transfer information, one person has to transmit the information, the other person has to collect that information and translate that information. If you have questions, please make sure to ask your school site and know that we're always here to help.